The Cilician Gates. Gülek Pass is a pass through the Taurus Mountains connecting the low plains of Cilicia to the Anatolian Plateau, by way of the narrow gorge of the Gökoluk River. Its highest elevation is about 1,000 meters. The Cilician Gates have been a major commercial and military artery for millennia. In the early 20th century, a narrow-gauge railway was built through them, and today, the Tarsus-Ankara Highway passes through them. The southern end of the Cilician Gates is about 44 kilometers north of Tarsus, and the northern end leads to Cappadocia. History: Tepe, which guards the Adana side of the gateway, with 23 layers of occupation, is at 4500 BCE, one of the oldest fortified settlements in the world. The ancient pathway was a track for mule caravans, not wheeled vehicles. In ancient history, the Hittites, Greeks, Alexander the Great, the Romans, Mongols, and the Crusaders have all traveled this route during the campaigns. The Bible testifies that St. Paul of Tarsus and Silas went this way as they went through Syria and Cilicia. The book of Galatians speaks of the cities of Derbe, Lystra, and Iconium, cities visited by Paul on his first journey, with the purpose of strengthening the churches. At the beginning of the second preaching journey, the distance from the Anatolian Plateau to the Cilician Plain is about 110 kilometers. In ancient times this was a journey of nearly 5 days. St. Paul spoke, according to the Bible, about being in dangers from rivers and dangers from robbers. This may explain why at 4500 BCE, at the southeastern end of the Cilician Gates was one of the world's first existing fortresses. The army of the 10,000, Alexander the Great before the Battle of Issus, Paul of Tarsus on his way to the Galatians, and part of the army of the First Crusade all passed through the Cilician Gates. The Crusaders allied themselves with the Armenian kingdom of Cilicia. Above the gates to the southwest is Gülek Pass, a large fortification of considerable antiquity which retains evidence of Byzantine and Arab periods of occupation, but is primarily an Armenian construction of the 12th and 13th centuries. Its circuit walls and towers at the south and west cover a distance of over 450 meters. Also in the vicinity of the gates is a fort built in the 1830s by Ibrahim Pasha of Egypt during his Syrian campaign against the Ottomans. When German engineers were working on the Baghdad railway between Istanbul and Baghdad, they were unable to follow the steep, pitched, narrow, and tightly winding ancient track through the gates. The series of viaducts and tunnels they built are among the marvels of railroad engineering. This route actually follows an ancient secondary road, southeast from Pozanty. Below Anazadagi with its impressive medieval Armenian fortress. The railroad was opened in 1918. The narrow-gauge working line moved Ottoman troops and war material to the Mesopotamian front in the closing months. If World War I